In this video, we will show you how to replace your vehicle's mass airflow sensor on this Chevy Silverado with a 4.3-liter engine. This will be located right along the passenger side of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Looking along the side of the air filter housing, it's where you're going to find the mass airflow sensor. Start removing the mass airflow sensor by disconnecting the electrical connector. For this, it does have a gray locking tab. Use a small prying device to gently pull that away, squeeze on the rest of the locking tab, and pull that out of place. A quick inspection for corrosion and set it aside. Make sure you give your locking clip a quick inspection. You do want to reuse this. That looks good. Now we can move along to loosening our two clamps that hold this in place. You'll have one on each side of the mass airflow sensor. For this, you can use an 8mm or a flathead screwdriver. You only need to loosen the clamps enough that you can remove the tube from the mass airflow sensor. Carefully try to pry that off of there. Can only go so far, really. There we go. Just give that a quick inspection. We'll try to push this aside as far as possible. The other side here. As far as this side is concerned, there's actually a small rubber tube in between the air filter housing and the mass airflow sensor. We don't have to remove the entire rubber tube from the air filter housing. Just go ahead and take hold of the two pieces and gently separate them here. If it feels like it's stuck in place, that's okay. Just swap it over later. Just comes right off. Pry this off of here as well. So typically this can stay right on the box as I had mentioned. And there it is, friend. Okay, it's time to install our brand new mass airflow sensor. When we go to install this, it's important to make sure you have it in the proper orientation. We want to make sure that we have the extended portion facing towards the engine, and this portion here will go into the grommet leading into the upper air filter housing. While we slide it into position, we're also paying attention to the port where our connector is, and also this area up along the top. That's where the circuit board will be located, and we need to have that facing straight up. Go ahead and press this into position. Take your time and make sure it's completely bottomed out all the way around. We'll snug this 8mm headed clamp. Right there's where it feels as though it wants to stop. We'll just take it a tiny bit further. If it feels as though you strip out either of your clamps, you need to go ahead and replace them because you don't want to have a leak, in which case you'll have dirty and unmetered air making its way into the system. All right, let's take hold of this air intake here. We're going to try to work it into place. Can maneuver it around a little bit, but it is, of course, attached to that throttle body at the far end. Tighten up that 8mm headed clamp as well. Okay. One more time, double check to make sure you're completely secured. It's time for the electrical connector. Press it in, listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure it's secured in place, and make sure that you lock it down. Okay friend, we finished our installation. At this point, go ahead and start up the vehicle, let it run, make sure you have no check engine light, and then take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.